Okay, calling the meeting to order at 10:15. I forget how we do roll call on this one. Do we just say it or do you call us?
Oh, I'll call it.
Okay, thank you.
So Chair Dim,
Present.
Board Member Wagner,
Here.
Board Member Glidewell,
Present.
Board Member Magdaleno,
Here.
and Board Member Ishwar is absent right now. Okay.
Hey, I seek a motion to approve the minutes from March 19th.
I will make a motion to approve the minutes from March 19th.
Wagner seconds.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed or abstentions? Okay, so why we are here, I think everybody is aware that for years, we've been asking the county to add a couple lines on the bid collection sheet so that we can get more information about ADR and occupancy and who knows what else. And not only have they not done this, because of staffing changes, software changes, we get less and less information as time goes on. Information that would be helpful for marketing, but also helpful for the county. We just don't get it. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
No problem.
So Ramona and I were talking to Emily from Civitas on a completely different subject, about the bid renewal or, change. And she mentioned the company that the county already contracts for to collect sales tax, HDL, Ramona, that was called.
Yeah.
They can also collect bid and TOT. And if they did that, if the county contracted with them for those two services, we would get the county would get all the information that they would ever want. And hopefully they would share with us what we could use for marketing. So what I'm proposing today is we add, and I don't know the process. I don't know if we're amending or editing the bid report that we approved in March. But I would like, however way we do it, I would like to add that the county contract with HDL or another company. Ramon has another possible one. A third party to collect bid, and it would be in their best interest to do TOT as well. I think Ramon, you've kind of worked on draft language.
Yeah,
Does
so on
Does
the
anybody have
updated,
questions before we go into the nitty gritty of it?
Oh, I think it's great. And I totally agree.
Okay.
yeah, at the bottom of page 17, section 4, part V is the only addition or I guess change on the report. And the draft language reads, the County of Mendocino engages with HDL companies, a firm specializing in tax and fee administration for local governments, to manage the collection and reporting of business improvement district assessments. By outsourcing these tasks to HDL, county staff would be relieved of administrative burden associated with bid collections, allowing them to focus on other responsibilities. Additionally, HDL specialized services would provide MCTC with comprehensive and detailed reports on bid revenue and distribution, a level of reporting that is currently unavailable. This enhanced reporting would enable MCTC to make more informed decisions regarding tourism promotion and resource allocation within the county, ultimately benefiting the local economy and community. So my only, I guess, change to that language, and you guys might have other changes, is doesn't necessarily have to be HDL, but I do think it should be a third party. There's another company called Granicus that does TOT and bid collections, but they also do host compliance, so making sure that all short-term rentals are compliant and are collecting and paying the appropriate bid in TOT, which I think is something that currently the county hasn't had the bandwidth to be able to do themselves.
Yeah, kind of respond. Yeah, Ramon, I think that's a wonderful suggestion. I think this group remembers a recommendation to the county in the past where we're looking for ways to increase bid collections. And one of those recommendations was to try to make host compliance more robust. But we just kept getting met with the problem of the county doesn't have the resources to entertain that recommendation, and we just continue to hit that dead end. So if this recommendation kills more birds with one stone, I think, updating the language so that either HDL or third party service to collect those bid assessments makes sense. And I would even recommend that we prioritize whatever third party does host compliance. So if HDL doesn't have that, then let's go with the other ones. But budget pending or whatever.
Anybody else?
The last I heard from the county was that online collections have, or the process to moving towards online collections have been paused to check in at the beginning of 2025. And I checked in and didn't hear back, and I just rechecked. So if I do hear back regards to that, I'll share that information. But at this point, there's no definitive timeline as to when online collections would even happen or actually proceed. So I think this recommendation allows us to at least have a different option that could be implemented a lot quicker while alleviating staff time and resources.
And it also gives MCT some extra reporting that you're hoping to have.
Yeah, because currently the only reporting we are getting is countywide total bid collections that we can compare quarter after quarter or year after year. But there's no additional reporting, whether it's something as by zip code or ADR or occupancy rates or different things that could be collected, or I think even other cities are collecting through their TOT, or at least they have more data than we currently have.
Yeah.
Marcus, do you have any thoughts on it?
I presume I was talking to Ramon earlier, that we don't have an idea or an estimate of what the services would cost if engaged. But I imagine if we support this recommendation, that would be evaluated later down the line, and we could trust the MCTC board to determine whether it's cost efficient, which it probably would be. Was that correct? We don't have an idea of what.
Correct.
Hopefully it wouldn't be more than the 3% we're already committing to the county to do it.
So you're suggesting that, so, all right, let me back up. So what Emily's educated guess is that our current 3% would pay for the bid portion of the HDL contract, roughly. It would be about a wash. If the county contracted for TOT, the more they contract for, the greater their savings. The more money is running through HDL, the less it costs per dollar, if that makes sense. So, but are you suggesting that MCTC foot the bill like a pure one-on-one?
No. I was just trying to get an idea of what the cost might be, and I was. Since we don't have an idea, I don't know if I'm in support of recommending something where I have no idea what the cost could be to the organization. But I was just saying that when that's determined, I would trust the MCTC board to be able to determine whether it's reasonable or not. Is basically what Oliver was saying.
Right, because the county can come back and change the county contract, is what you're saying. Because the county is the one that will be contracting with HDL, not us. So the money comes, the payment to HDL comes from the county. But you are right that the county could turn around when it's time to renew our county contract and be like, your admin fee is now 5%.
Yeah.
Okay.
I imagine so. At some point, that cost is going to be. I don't think the county is going to carry it. It'll be passed on to the MCTC budget. But yeah, you know, even if it comes back and they say that it's 5%, but that effort is generating more input, generating more bid, then it would be worth it, I suppose. So anyway, bottom line is I am in support of adding this recommendation. And then the only other thing would be to say a third party, or to not be specific to the HTML, to say HTML or a similar type business, or however you want to word it.
I mean, ultimately, we'd like somebody that can do bid collections and host compliance.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if I'm, now without the county match, if we could do, I don't know, I'm getting off down a rabbit hole, but if we could just contract with the third party
That's what I'm
as the
wondering.
bid, yeah, that's what you're wondering too.
Because when you started talking about the county contracts, it's kind of like, is there a reason that the county has to even be that involved?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the county has to approve an ordinance, but Emily was saying we don't even need an ordinance with the new law.
Yeah, right. Ordinance could be sunsetted with the old bid.
Yeah, so maybe, well, I mean, for, not gonna say, for now, we can just deal with what's in front of us. So Marcus, you want to make that a motion that you move to approve this with the additional language of a third party option?
Well, what is the best procedure on this? Should we make a motion to reject the approval of the last bit of the last draft, and then reevaluate this draft as we want it, and then just approve this draft as is, you know, the way we've developed it?
So I guess
Is that the best way to go?
on the agenda, it's reconsideration of the draft annual report and recommendations to the county. So I think if the updated recommendation is to update the draft to include that second recommendation with, and then change the current verbiage that's being presented to include a third party. I think that would suffice, right? Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So I'll make a motion to bleh. What did you say?
Approve the updated version of the bid report.
To approve the updated version with the added recommendation, with the condition that it will be updated to include not just the recommendation of HDL, but any comparable organization. Was that good enough? Was that okay?
Yeah, second.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstentions? Woohoo! Okay, back to the agenda here. Any communications received and filed?
None today.
Any matters for the public?
We have no attendees in person or on Zoom.
Any matters from the advisory board? Okay, and we don't need a next meeting, hopefully, so I seek a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
All right.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. It took longer to set up than the actual.